Hello friends, this is Dr. Kirti Seth, and in this video we are going to discuss about machine learning, artificial intelligence, artificial neural network and deep learning. The most asked questions today is how machine learning is related to artificial intelligence. Is machine learning comes under the area of artificial intelligence? Then how machine learning and deep learning are associated with each other? Are they all are the part of artificial intelligence? And what is the difference between machine learning, deep learning and artificial intelligence? So we are going to discuss all these things today. So by and large, if you see, machine learning and deep learning are subset of artificial intelligence. So we can say that machine learning and deep learning falls under the umbrella of artificial intelligence, and again deep learning is again the subset of machine learning. So artificial intelligence, we all know that the aim of artificial intelligence is to mimic the human brain, to make machines work like human brain, or we want to make the intelligent machines that think and act like human. This is artificial intelligence. To achieve this artificial intelligence, we use machine learning or deep learning. So obviously in artificial intelligence we are training the machines. So how we train the machine? We train the machine either through machine learning or through deep learning. So in this video we will see what is machine learning, how we can achieve machine learning, what is deep learning, how we can achieve deep learning, and what is the difference between machine learning and deep learning. By machine learning we try to do the systems learn things without being programmed to do so. So using machine learning we tried the systems to learn the thing. The world is filled with the data, and lot of data is generated by either people or computers or mobile phone. So machine learning brings the promise for deriving meaning from all that data. This is the basic definition of machine learning. And then in deep learning, machine think like human brains using artificial neural network. So there is a difference between machine learning and deep learning. We do not use any kind of neural network in machine learning, but in deep learning we use artificial neural network. So in further slides we will see about machine learning, about deep learning, and then we will see about what is artificial neural network. So the simple definition of machine learning is using data to answer the question. This is the simple definition of machine learning. Because the world is filled with data, a lot of data is generated by people, computers or mobile phone. Machine learning brings the promise for deriving meaning from all that data. So machine learning is not a magic. A lot of data is generated not by the people but by the machines and many more things. Volume of the data surpass the ability for human to make sense of it. What human do, if we have a lot of data, then human brain generates some sense of that data. Or you can see the human brain generates some logic, some values from that data, isn't it? But nowadays data surpasses to that limit that it is impossible for human brain to generate some sense of that data. So to learn from the data and to change that data, we use machine learning. So the simple definition of machine learning, if you see, is using data to answer the question. So if we break this definition, using data and plus answer question. So this is the main aim of machine learning. Using data means we train the data, training the data, and answer question means we predict something from data. So whatever you see in this world, like when you tag your friends on social media, or you want to learn some text from query, you want to recognize some pattern, everything is through machine learning. So model can be improved with more data. The more and more data you will supply, the better and better model you will get. So hence we can say that data is the key to machine learning, and machine learning is the key to predict what is hidden inside the data. So they are complementary to each other. Data is the key to machine learning, and machine learning is the key to predict what is inside the data. Data is split into two parts in machine learning. First one is training part, training data, and then evaluation. So there are 7 steps of machine learning. First one is gathering data. So obviously first we will gather the data. First we will collect the data. It is often overlooked always and undervalued, but it takes a lot of time to gather the meaningful data. So maybe we have a lot of data, but that is not for our purpose. So gathering data is an important task. Second one is preparing the data. So we prepare the data, like we do some normalization, we absolute the unused data, unwanted data, we delete unwanted data. So it is a kind of preparing the data. It often takes a way longer than expected. So it depends upon more or less data. It facets open source data visualization tools. Then choosing a model. So everyone want to choose, or selecting the model, everyone want to select the best model. It depends upon your problem, it depends upon your requirement, that which model you select. Then training the data. Machine learning is more than this. So normally we think that machine learning means train the data, but machine learning is more than that. In machine learning we label the data, we train it. Then evaluation, we evaluate the data, how it is, means if the data evaluation, you can say we test the data if it is doing giving us the correct output or not. And then tuning, adjusting the model parameters. For example, you have some problem in getting your output, then you can adjust your model parameters also. And last one is prediction. Prediction means getting the desired output, start getting the results from your data. So machine learning itself has of three types: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. So supervised learning is a method in which we teach machine using labeled data. So supervised learning is under the guidance of some guidance. If we label the data, it is like teacher and student. So teacher is become supervisors. So it is like labeled learning. It is under some supervision. Unsupervised learning is, in unsupervised learning, machine is trained on unlabeled data without any guidance. So machine trained itself without any guidance. And in reinforcement learning, it is an agent interacts with its environment by producing actions and discover errors or reward. So this is not this also does not have any kind of guidance. So in this, for example, let's say you are left on an island, and then you will discover, for some time of struggle, you will discover yourself that how to live in that particular environment, what is good for you, what is bad for you, how to react. So this is a kind of reinforcement learning. Then these are some problem type of data, what type of data is, I distinguish these three type of learning on these some features. So first one is problem type. In supervised learning, we have two types of problems: regression or classification. So classification means, for example, let's say you have to check in our daily lives, we receive many emails. So we want to classify that particular email is spam, or it should go to spam or inbox. So this is a classification. We already have two folders. We label these things. We know that either it should be a spam or it should be an inbox mail. So we labeled it, and this is like we already generate the class. Second one is regression. It is upon infinite number of possibilities. So if you have infinite number of possibilities, you have this problem type is known as regression problem. For example, you want to predict the price, or you want to predict the cost of a particular house. So what you know, you will from the size of house, and you will create a graph. You will sketch a graph in between size of house and the cost of house. And if you know that 600 square meter has some particular cost and 1200 square meter has some particular cost, then you can easily find out, you can easily predict the cost of 800 square meter. So this is known as regression. Then unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning is association and clustering. Association means you want to discover the pattern. So for example, let's say we say bread and jam or bread and butter. So bread and jam are so closely related to each other. If you look on internet for some options for bread, it will definitely show you some options for jam also. So it is that kind of thing. Then clustering is, it is the case that involves targeted marketing, digital ad and unusual activities. It is like targeted marketing. For example, you search for a particular thing, so it will target to that thing on a cluster. It is based on clusters. And then reinforcement learning, it depends upon the action. So for example, you have a robot, and then robot has to you say the robot to do something, okay, to bring, let's say we say a robot to bring a pen. So you cannot say the robot to bring pen. You can say a child to bring pen, he will search and he will find the pen. But if you say the robot to bring pen, you have to tell him so many things, that go to right, then move to the left, or go to the minimum distance. You have to give some data. So it depends upon the action. Then type of data in supervised learning, data is labeled data, and unsupervised learning, the data is unlabeled data. And for reinforcement learning, there is no predefined data. Then training, it is under, I already told you, for supervised learning it is under external supervision. For unsupervised learning, no supervision is needed. Reinforcement learning, no supervision. Aim is, like for example, supervised learning, it can give your forecast. For unsupervised learning, it discover underlying pattern, learn from the series of action. Then approach, mapped labeled input and known output. It first train with label input and known output, and then it tests for some input, and then it tests if the result is correct or not. Then unsupervised learning, patterns, understand the patterns and discover the output. Reinforcement learning, follow trial and learning method. Then feedback, supervised learning give you the direct feedback, direct result, no feedback for in case of unsupervised learning. And reinforcement learning is reward. For example, if robot finds something, it will get a reward. If it cannot find, it will give a punishment. Then popular algorithms for supervised learning and supervised learning, linear regression, decision trees, k nearest neighbor, support vector machine. These all are the popular learning methods for supervised learning. For unsupervised learning, K means, C means, a priori algorithm. And then for this reinforcement learning, Q learning and SARSA. So this SARSA is also known as state action reward state action algorithm. It's quite new algorithm. So applications of supervised learning is, you can evaluate the risk. If you want to go something, you can evaluate where direct application is needed, where you predict the direct output. Then forecast sales. Then unsupervised learning is recommendation system, like you all already checked that we get some recommendations on if you search something on Google, you already start getting some recommendation. Then anomaly detection, then credit card fraud. For these purpose, unsupervised learning is needed. Then reinforcement learning example is self-driven car or Alexa. These are reinforcement learning. So first example of this supervised learning is, let's say bank credit data case. So let's say bank will check your credit data, and then it will on the basis of your credits, it is going to provide you the loan. So it is an example of supervised learning, direct labeling for customer to customer, and it will use k nearest neighbor algorithm. So for example, math equation distance as function of speed. You need to find out the math equation as a function of speed. So it will use the linear regression. It is also an example of supervised learning. So let's say to cluster set of movies as either good or average. You need to classify. You do not have any information. You have some movies, you need to find it is good or bad. So it is a kind of unsupervised learning, and it will come under the category of unsupervised learning, and it will use k-means algorithm, like place agent in any one of the room, and the goal is like you have some kind of puzzle that someone is a cat, a dog is here, and its goal is to come outside. So this type of algorithms are the example of reinforcement learning. So these are some features on the basis of which we can differentiate supervised learning with unsupervised learning and reinforcement learning. Now some limitations of machine learning. Yes, obviously machine learning has some limitations. One of the biggest challenge with traditional machine learning model is process called feature extraction. So feature extraction means, for example, let's say you give some features. For example, for a particular car, you give performance, color, space. You give 3 features. So it will evaluate the car on the basis of these 3 features. But now what if want to evaluate it on the basis of engine? Because machine learning cannot extract the features itself. For complex problems such as object recognition or handwriting recognition, this is a huge challenge, because when we give handwriting recognition, you cannot feed everything for an handwriting. There may be the case that it changed. So just to overcome these limitations of machine learning, deep learning came into existence. So deep learning models are capable to focus on the right features by themselves, requiring little guidance from the programmer. So they are capable to focus on the right features by themselves. These models also partially solve the dimensionality problem. Deep learning is implemented through neural networks. Motivation behind neural network is biological neuron. So on the basis of biological neuron, deep learning is implemented on the basis of neural network. So two neurons, this is the biological neuron, the artificial neural network. Now we will discuss that what is the artificial neural network on which this deep learning is based. So artificial neural network and deep learning uses artificial neural network. It mimics the behavior of human brain to solve complex data-driven problem. Artificial neural networks similar to the neural networks in our brain. So in our brain, the neural networks are we know that there are so many neurons. They take the input and give the output. So artificial neural network is an extremely simplified model of the human brain. It transforms input to the best output. Some neural networks are universal functions. So this is the figure of a human neuron, and this neuron takes some input and then it processes and it gives some output. And we know that two neurons are never connected to each other. The neural network with multiple hidden layers are called deep neural networks. So this is an example of artificial neural network. So here we make so many layers. This is the input layer. So these are called perceptrons. The neurons of artificial neural networks are called perceptrons. And then hidden layer 1, there are some functions. Then hidden layer 2, it processes, and then 3, and then it gives the output. So neural network functions when some input data is fed to it. The data is then processed via layers of perceptron to produce a defined output. And so this is the basic definition of artificial neural network. So deep learning uses these artificial neural network, and these are the applications for deep learning. So self-driven car, this is an application of deep learning. Then machine translation, or you can say automatic machine translation. So if you have seen the Google Translator, there are a lot of, it can translate your language, a lot of languages. For example, if you write in English, it can translate it to Hindi, it can translate into French, it can translate it into Arabic, it can translate it into Persian, it can translate it into so many languages. And then the last one is wide recorded walking robot, or you can say voice controlled assistant. So you have seen that sometimes we control something using voice. In Google Assistant also, whenever you speak something, it will display that particular thing. So in this video we check about the relationship between AI, machine learning and deep learning, and then we check somehow what is machine learning and what is deep learning, how machine learning and deep learning works. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any question, you can write me in the comment box. Thank you.